Cuba is in a lot of trouble. These are the words of U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and he made this statement while talking up Venezuela's oil exports to the U.S.
Cuba's in a lot of trouble because, unfortunately for them, it's run by a bunch of incompetent communists. Being communist is bad. Being an incompetent communist is like the worst. But the country's been taken over by this company called Gaesa that basically controls 70% of the economy. None of the money in that company goes to help the Cuban people. None of it. So we'll be talking to them. We'll be working on it.
Trump has been threatening military action in Cuba ever since capturing Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and then ordering an energy blockade that choked off fuel shipments to Cuba. Rubio described Cuba as a failed state and said having one so close to the U.S. poses a threat to U.S. national security.
You know, we want something good for the Cuban people, and hopefully there'll be a good outcome there for them. There needs to be. It's 90 miles from our shores, and having a failed state 90 miles from our shores is a threat to the national security of the United States.
And Rubio made the remarks a day after Cuba's parliament sought global support against possible U.S. military action. The Assembly's Vice President, Ana Maria Machado, said that letters have been sent to the non-aligned movement, the Inter-Parliamentary Union and the Latin American and Caribbean Parliament, among others. She said that the letter warned that any attack on the island nation would destabilize the Latin American and Caribbean region.
Cuba is willing to engage in dialogue with the United States on the basis of respect for our sovereignty, our political system, our self-determination, and the principles of international law, and to maintain a civilized, neighborly relationship with that country, regardless of our differences.
Just a day earlier, Cuban Foreign Minister Bruno Rodriguez Perea asked the international community for urgent help to prevent disaster in his country that could be imposed through arms of the fuel blockade.